You know that feeling, right? Where your mind feels like it's being pulled in a dozen different directions all at once. It's this modern, almost universal feeling. So in this explainer, we're going to break down exactly what's causing it, and, more importantly, what the alternative actually looks like.
Okay, let's just dive right in with this idea, because it really sets the stage. Notice how it's framed. It's not about some personal failure. It's a widespread habit that our environment is creating. And it's a quiet destruction, this slow-motion erosion of our focus, that happens so gradually we might not even realize it's happening.
So, to really get a handle on this habit, we first have to look at the world it lives in. And it helps to think of it as an architecture of distraction, a system that's been designed, a lot of times intentionally, to constantly chop up our attention. I mean, it's built on a really simple premise. In today's attention economy, your focus is the prize, and every second it can be captured is a win for someone else.
And these aren't just random things that happen to us. These are the building blocks. The endless pings and notifications, the dozens of tabs we all have open right now, the screens that light up with every little piece of info, they're all features. They're designed to demand a little piece of our attention, creating this mental split-screen effect where we're never really fully present in any one place.
And this is absolutely the crucial point. It's not any single distraction that's the problem, it's the total effect, the sheer volume and speed of it all. It's just like a rapid cut sequence in a movie, you know? It's edited specifically to never let you settle. And what happens is this constant switching actually rewires our brains to crave the next thing, making deep, sustained thought feel harder and harder.
So, what's the result of all this? Where does this lead? Well, it builds up to a very specific and, honestly, a very draining mental state. This is the real cost of living inside this architecture, a feeling that actually has a name.
And that name is fractured attention. This isn't just about being distracted. It goes deeper. It's a state where your focus is so continuously split that your thoughts themselves start to lose their sharpness. The cognitive cost here is huge. Our memory suffers, creativity gets stifled, and we're just left with this feeling of a gradual blur, where finding any kind of clarity feels almost impossible.
And here you can see the contrast just laid bare. On one side, you've got the focused mind. It's on a single task, a clear path, doing deep work. And on the other side, well, that's the fractured mind. It's caught in that split-screen effect, constantly switching until everything just blurs together. The loss in productivity is obvious, sure, but the bigger loss is in the quality of our thinking. I mean, how many of us find ourselves living on the right side of this chart most days?
Okay, so if that's the problem, and it's a big one, what's the alternative? This isn't just about pointing out what's wrong, it's about finding a really powerful vision for what it means to reclaim our focus from this fractured state.
And the alternative is presented not as some complicated productivity hack, but as this simple, really powerful metaphor, a clean, quiet frame. Just think about what that suggests for a second. It's about creating boundaries, right? It's about clearing away the clutter and intentionally choosing what gets your attention.
And this is what it looks like in practice. It's really a two-step process. First, you intentionally choose one single thing for your focus, one task, one idea, one conversation. And second, you actively allow everything else, all that digital noise, to just fade into silence. It's a deliberate act of putting one thing inside that clean, quiet frame and letting the rest go.
And that really brings us to the final, essential question. Because moving from the architecture of distraction to a state of focus isn't about finding some magic button. It's about you defining what this clean, quiet frame means in your own work, in your own life. What's the one thing you need to put in focus right now? And what's the noise you need to let fade away?